else? Anything you want to talk about? Oh, and I'm recording this, so just FYI, you know, you're on camera. Any questions or anything you're hoping to see that you haven't yet, or anything yet?
Okay. You can go eat your meatloaf.
You're just the best coaches ever, and we've provided everything you need, and you have no questions, and you're going Emerald tomorrow, correct?
I still don't fully understand it, so I'm just here to listen.
I agree.
Okay. Do we get what Emerald is?
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. Okay.
You need a spoon and a fork, huh? Give it a thumbs up. Okay, so I'm gonna do something where I'm gonna mute everybody, and if you have a question, just unmute yourself so that we know that you have a question, and then I can like stop and have you guys ask your question. Or if you have a question and you want to wait until the end, write it down, because I don't want you to forget, and I really, really, really want to answer it. So sorry about that. Melanie had a minute, you know, typical woman. So I decided to mute that so you guys didn't hear the screaming. So I wanted to get started while it looks like I have good internet connection still. That could vary, but I'm hoping that it stays secure throughout, because I think this is a really important topic to talk about as early on as possible. And I feel like I may have dropped the ball, because my personality and my approach to this opportunity is very different from a lot of the upline coaches that were a part of their teams and whatnot. I tend to just hit the ground running, and I don't pay attention to the logistics. And actually, Kim and I were joking yesterday about how we could make a lot of videos on what not to do, because we have personally experienced them ourselves. And but so I really apologize that I don't have a better what is Emerald video, or an explanation of video, or that I didn't present it right away for everybody. But it's something that I'm working on. I think this video will definitely help to keep around in the files as new coaches come along. And that's something that I want you guys to remember, that as you get new coaches and as you build your team, there is so much information already out there and available for you to help answer those questions, to help give you that confidence, so that you know that you're part of a group of people, a team that has been there, done that, and we can get you answers right away. You're not alone in doing this. If you feel super frustrated or like you need to know answers right away, you can get them. We will get them for you. We know that they're there. So just have that confidence, and that when you're talking to new people about joining your team, that you have all of us. You have a huge support system that is going on. So with that being said, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. My husband's Irish, so you know, the girls, we definitely take this seriously around here. Not too seriously, like our chickens aren't green or anything like that, but definitely celebrating it and love this holiday. Pass me a beer. But today I want to talk to you guys about going Emerald and what that looks like in your back office. As a coach, in general, you have you are given like benefits and perks. You get discounts, you get back office, you get all these different pieces of guidance from Beachbody and from being part of a team. And that you get, I mean, I could go on and on and on about all the different benefits about just being a coach. But being an Emerald coach means that you have started to build a team of people to do this with you. And you've signed up a coach on your left leg, and you've signed up a coach on your right leg. And I'm going to just stop right there because I know that that word leg sounds really foreign to some of you guys. So when you sign up as a coach, you become part of this genealogy that started however long ago. And we are part of bigger teams who are part of bigger teams who are part of bigger teams. And the way this works is we are given basically a tree of genealogy, and it starts with a right branch or a left branch, and we call them legs. And the way it works is it kind of helps them to determine how much volume gets accumulated based on our where we have coaches placed on each leg. And that is confusing in itself. But basically, you as a coach have a right leg and a left leg. And when you sign up as a coach, you are placed on your coach's left leg or right leg. And whichever leg of theirs that you are placed on, for example, Kim Wells is on my right leg. And because she's on my right leg, her strong leg where she's going to earn more volume is on her right leg. Because what I do as a coach affects her right side volume because she's on my right leg. You also have a left side volume. And that's where you build a lot of volume to match the volume that's on the opposite side. But we'll go into that in a minute because as an Emerald coach, you need to have an active coach on your left side and your right side. Bam, you're Emerald. It's super important to get Emerald, and I want to talk about that in a little bit, but just don't let me forget that it's the biggest step that you can make when you're part of a team, when your team is this dedicated to helping you also achieve. So I'll talk about why, but so as an Emerald coach, you have one active coach on your left leg and you have one active coach on your right leg. When you're active, it doesn't mean that you are out there presenting the business, doing your workout, drinking your Shakeology. Totally different term. When we say that you need to be active, that means you need to either spend $50 in personal volume, so buy something from your website that equals 50 personal volume or PV, or you need to sell 50 PV, and that's in 1 month. Actually, it's in a 5-week rolling period. So in 5 weeks, you need to either buy or sell 50 PV, and that makes you an active coach. There's a really important reason why you have to stay active, but again, I'll get to that in a minute. So both of as an Emerald coach, you have to be active to rank advance, and both of your coaches now have to be active as well, or you'll lose your rank. So if any of them go inactive, you no longer will be Emerald. So it's important to always have that 50 PV in a 5-week rolling period. That's Emerald. So there's a couple different ways that you can hit PV. You can hit 50 PV. You can buy one thing of the Beachbody Performance Recover or one thing of the Beachbody Performance Recharge. Shakeology is actually 90 PV, so it's more than what you need in a 5-week rolling period. So if you have an overabundance of Shakeology and you want to stay active, but you don't want to spend the extra $50, basically, postpone your Shakeology and try Recover, try Recharge. You could try a thing of Hydrate or a thing of Energize. There's more than one way to stay active, is what I'm trying to say, than just getting Shakeology. Because at the bottom line, or at the end of the day, this, you want to make your checkbook happy too. So if you have questions about how you can stay active without spending, buying Shakeology every single month, ask, because I do it too. I tend to, sometimes this is in the past, but Nate drinks Shakeology every day, but he used to buy it and then put it in the cupboard. So all of a sudden I would have all this Shakeology and I didn't want to keep buying it. So I'd have to switch my home direct to say it was E&E, but now it's called Energize or whatever, but you can change what you do to get it to 50 PV. So just keep it. You have to be active to be an Emerald coach, and your Emerald coaches or your 2 coaches have to be active as well. So that's basically what Emerald is. But when you hit Emerald, you also get incentives. There's an incentive. There's a huge one. There's actually several huge ones to me, in my opinion. The first one is that you now get a cycle bonus every month or every week. Sorry. And what happens is Beachbody gives back to their coaches who are trying to build a business. And they do that in a number of ways. You just saw a bunch of people take a Success Club cruise. I cannot even tell you how much money was spent on that and what they did for their coaches. Like, I have friends that basically earned enough that they had extra cash to spend on just they went on shopping sprees basically. So they give back to their coaches who are trying to build a business, and it starts at Emerald. I mean, they give you all the discounts and the perks right off the bat, but at Emerald, they start to give back to you. They start to give you recognition for trying to build a business. And the way they do that is for the net profit that Beachbody makes. I don't know if they do this annually or quarterly, but they set money aside from their profit. All their revenue is collected, and they give it back on different levels. They give it back as soon as you hit an Emerald with cycle bonuses. They do it, that amount goes up as you rank advance. They give it back in Success Club. They give it back in trips and leadership and free stuff and so on and so forth. And it starts at Emerald. At Emerald, when you Beachbody takes that revenue, and for every Emerald coach, they allow you to cycle bonus. It's hard to explain, but it's $14 every time you can cycle bonus a week. And the number of times that you can cycle bonus is based on your left side volume and your right side volume. And there's a video that goes on into detail on that I'm going to share as soon as I'm done with this. It's actually really funny, and it makes a lot of sense, and it clears up what left side volume is and right side volume is. But the point is that as an Emerald coach, now you get to make a cycle bonus. You get to make one. When you sell something, when your coaches sell something, all that contributes to your volume, and now you're cycle bonusing every single week, which means you're making more money. The other incentive to hitting Emerald is that now Kim and I, or whoever your upline coach is, we get to help build that volume. We get to strategically place our coaches in our genealogy, which end up under you guys, that contribute to your volume. And it does not affect you unless you're an Emerald. I had a brand new coach sign up 2 weeks ago, and over on the left-hand side, when you sign into your back office, it says how many coaches you have in your downline. And she called me and she was like, I have 3 new coaches in my downline. I didn't sign anyone up. What do I do? And I was like, so I signed up someone, Kim signed up someone, Sarah signed up, and they show up under you, and they contribute to your team volume. And the more team volume you have, the more times you can cycle, which means the more bonuses you get every week. When I put someone down there in that genealogy, it won't affect you unless you're Emerald. So the fact that we can actually help contribute to the amount of volume you can make in a cycle bonus is a huge reason why we want you to go Emerald. We can help you make more money, bottom line. So that's huge. And I want to show you a little bit in back office on how that works. But okay, Mac, you have a question.
Yes. After you place a coach on a leg, can you move them, or are they, once you place them, are they there for forever?
That's an excellent question. So if you go into the frequently asked questions in your back office, you can get a written explanation of this. And it is a little bit confusing. It says 72 hours. it's 70, it's you get 3 days. So you get 3 business days because they don't work on the weekends. So let's say that a coach signs up on Friday, and you will get the Success Club points if they bought a challenge pack. That won't change. The volume won't change. They're active, et cetera, et cetera. But if you all of a sudden find out that you're, I don't want to confuse you guys so much, but you do have a strong leg and a weak leg. And let's say that this coach is signing up only for the discount, which is awesome. You know, the perks are great. So that's awesome. But you don't really want them on your strong leg, because if you have a coach who signs up and they want to build a business, you want all of that volume to help your business builder. You want to help that person. So you're going to move that person to whichever is your weak leg. If you have, when you're going Emerald, however, I will say this, just get someone on your left and right to start. And the reason why we say to sign up your husband or your spouse is because that Emerald is on, if you put, okay, so you're basically contributing to an additional household income. So if you sign up your spouse, when they, you can use their account to buy additional stuff to keep your Emerald status. It's kind of like a pawn, like a business partner. You're allowed to sign up your husband or your spouse or whoever, whatever, in your family. Sorry, husband. You're allowed to sign them up to help you go Emerald. You're going to put them in that opposite spot, and the volume would trickle up under them too. So let's say that when you get to a point when you want to go Diamond, if your husband or your spouse is on that strong leg, and we've continued to build coaches under you so that volume is trickling up to you, it's going to go through him, and then it's going to go through you. So you're basically like double dipping in volume. So he's going to make cycle bonuses you'll make him an Emerald, because if once you get to Diamond, you need 2 Emeralds. You're going to make your husband an Emerald at some point. It might not be to go Diamond, because you might have business builders. But for example, right now in my position, my husband's on my weak leg, which is because I made a mistake and canceled his account a long time ago, and then reopened it up later, not knowing what I was doing. One of those videos I could make. But if he's on my weak leg, but at the same time, I can still place coaches under him so that it affects his volume. So he's making more and I'm cycling more as well. So it trickles up. So you want your husband or your spouse in that position to benefit from the additional volume, so that your household income grows. So to answer your question, Mac, in a long way, yes, you have 3 business days. You can change them. Also, if you can, after the 3rd business days, you have 5 days from the time a coach signs up to move them. So once you start building a team, and let's say I find out that Sarah who's a personally sponsored coach of mine, I find out that Sarah is really close to hitting another cycle bonus. And I signed up a coach that happens to be on the same leg that Sarah, coach on my left leg, to balance things out, right? I can move a coach to go directly under her somehow so that volume helps her cycle bonus more. And I have 5 days to do that. And then after that, they are stuck. So if you sign up a coach on your right leg, you have 3 days to move them to your left leg, and you have 5 days to change where their placement is on that same leg. So just keep that in mind, because as you grow a team, it helps, because, like, for example, I signed up my 2nd business center yesterday, and I put it under my husband because I want my volume cycling through him and then cycling through me. So I'm like double dipping there. You got it? So like it makes sense. At some point, it's a good question to have. And the other thing too is sometimes you need to cancel someone's account and re-sign them up, and it happens. Like to go diamond. Sometimes that happens. But, you know, right off the bat, it's just reach out as soon as you know something's up. Another benefit about being part of this team now that I went to Star Diamond is that I have a Diamond Insider line, which means I can call and get immediate help. And they, you know, it's not a 1-800 number. I call, someone answers, and they fix shit for me that's going on with my team. And that includes you guys. So it's really awesome. I used to have to call Becca or Steph Davies for this. And now it's a huge benefit for you guys too, that it's part of this team. So anyway, I wanted to, so we talked about Emerald. You need one on your left, on your right. You need to be active, which is 50 PV. That changes when you go diamond. So write that down, because if you're shooting for diamond, you need 90 PV to be active. You need, and also you need 90 PV to rank advance. If you don't meet that, you won't rank advance. You might have enough coaches, but you won't rank advance. You also need, it changes each rank advance. And all that stuff's going to be uploaded into the documents and files of Team Truths and Trades at some point. So it'll be there. But anyway, so we got, you know what you need for volume. You know you need 2 coaches. You know that everybody needs to be active. You know that Kim and I and Sarah, we get to actually contribute to your guys' volumes to cycle bonus. And I kind of want to show you what that looks like in the back office really quick. And the thing is when I screen share, I won't be able to see your guys' faces. So just unmute yourself and tell me to slow down and I'll answer questions, okay? But I'm going to show you my back office. Kim, can you tell me if you can see it?
I'll let you know. It's not up yet. Okay, Julie, it's up.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, Brianna? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you sign in, go to your coach online office. Your previous office view is something totally different. We're not gonna worry about that right now. You go to your, oh my gosh, my internet's gonna love me for this. I should have just pulled it up in the very beginning. Give me a minute. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like in your graphical genealogy, which is something that you find by going into your coach online office. Then you click on My Business, and then it says Graphics, and look at your own back office too. But we'll see if mine actually goes there. And what I'm going to show you is basically what it looks like to have a left leg and a right leg, and how this goes down. Okay, so here's my back office. This is basically the same page that opens up for everybody. It talks about where your PV is right here. It talks about whether or not you qualified for your current rank. So Success Club qualification, it says not qualified. That's not true. I have 5 Success Club points. So it's just got updated today though. So that changes every day, all the time. And where I'm going to go is I'm going to go to My Business, and I'm going to go to My Downline. And right here it says Graphical Genealogy, and I'm going to pull this up for you guys. I forgot today was Thursday, and I looked to my volume, and I was like, whoa, that's low. Okay, so anyway, what pulls up, it looks like a seating chart almost. I hope you guys can hear me still. You guys, I can see you guys still in normal motion, so I'm thinking you guys can hear me. So here is an image of my graphical genealogy. And when you're going to pull up, you're going to notice a couple of different things. Coaches who are emerald are green. Coaches who are diamond and above are yellowish gold. Coaches who are directly sponsored by you. Well, she's one of my personally sponsored coaches. Coaches who have a gray shirt are inactive. And coaches who are blue are coaches. The little star says how many stars, how many diamonds you have under you, basically, in that CBC. You can guess what the X means. And so what I want to show you is that if you, I'm going to use my husband's example. If I go all the way, okay, so this is not, okay, hang on. So Kim Wells is on my right leg. Sarah Layshock is at the top of my left leg, and that's not Sarah. But that's because my upline coach sponsored new coaches in between the time I signed up and Sarah signed up. So Sarah is, all of these coaches have signed up previous to when Sarah signed up. So she doesn't even show up in my genealogy right away, but if she had signed up on the same day, she'd be right here and all of this volume would go under Sarah. For example, here's Kim, and Jackie Lease is not a coach of hers, but she's one of my personally sponsored coaches who signed up on my right leg, and her volume trickles all the way up through Emily and then to Kim and then to me. And because Emily is an Emerald coach, she cycle bonuses more every week because Jackie's volume helps her volume, which also helps Kim's right leg volume. So that's what I meant by having the ability to help your volume grow and helping you make more cycle bonuses, is that's my personally sponsored coach helping Kim's right leg. Emily's not one of my coaches, but Kim is. And I'm gonna do what I can to help Kim. So that helps her right leg volume by my placement there. Did I mean for that to happen? No. I'm pretty sure that I just stuck Jackie over on my right leg to balance my own volume out, but it helped Kim, which is awesome because we can still, strategically do that to help you guys. If I go all the way down to my right side, I'm going to pull up Nate's, my husband's account, maybe, if my internet will let me. Because you'll see these empty people, these little outlines of empty people. And basically those are free placements where you can place your coaches. The reason, so if it'll pull up, that's the side of the leg that you can move coaches to. So let's say you sign up hey, there's Mary. That's a new coach. Sorry, I'm just going to find Nate real quick. These little empty bodies are places where you can put coaches, where I can say, if I signed up a coach on my right leg, I can go and look at all those little empty spots on my right leg and move that person for up to 5 days. So if I wanted to put, why is he, oh, there he is. If I wanted to help a coach out, that's an empty spot that I'm looking for to help their volume. So here is what happened. So here's Nate, who is on my right side, and he is relatively new to my right leg. And right here you can see that Catherine, there's Catherine, your volume helps Nate's volume because you were placed on Kim's right side, which is also Nate's, where Nate is in my genealogy. So it doesn't show Nate's volume, probably because it's Thursday, but this would show a projective volume that if he was Emerald, he would be able to use the volume to make a cycle bonus. And I think it's time to explain what a cycle bonus is. I placed my new business center under Nate's left side because do you see all of this stuff that's going on his right leg is building his right volume, but I want him to be able to cycle more, so I made myself on his left side. And this, that's how it works. I chose that spot strategically to help his volume grow so that he can make more money, which is how I'm going to explain what a cycle bonus is. So if you go to, how do I go back to the top? I don't even know. So you have a right side volume and you have a left side volume. The volume means it's not one for one, but it's a total amount of sales that have been made by all of the people that are below you on your right side and all of the people that are below you on your left side. And those can be your personally sponsored coaches, or like I said, those can be coaches that just show up in your genealogy because of where I place them or where Kim placed them, or even where your new coaches place their new coaches, and it bumps up your volume. And a cycle bonus generates when you have enough, when you have at least 200 in your strong leg. It doesn't matter if it's your right or your left. If you have $200 in your, or 200 PV on your strong leg and 100 on the opposite, is you more for that. As an Emerald coach, it's every time you cycle bonus, it's $14. So right now I have 872 on my left leg. So all the coaches that make up the volume on my left leg right now on Thursday equals 872. I can cycle through 200 4 times, right? So if I had 400 on my right leg, I would be able to cycle through 4 times. But I only have 100 right now, which is why I'm building my right leg, because I want to cycle as much as I possibly can, because 4 times is like $80, right? 14 times 4, what is that? Like math wizard, like $66. And that's just an extra cycle bonus that you make by being Emerald. So every week this grows, and on Wednesday night, however much you have on your strong leg, for example, I think I had 16,000 yesterday. So you take 16,000, you divide that by 200. That's the number of times that I can cycle through, as long as I have enough to go through on the opposite leg. And like I said, there's a video that explains that really well that I'm going to post. It's really funny, it's quick, it's it makes a lot of sense. And it's a lot easier to follow, but basically that's what a cycle bonus is. It's taking 200 from your strong leg and 100 from your weak leg, and that's one bonus, and that's $14. So right now, if I had 400 in my right leg, I'd make an extra $66 just for building a team, just for being an Emerald coach. And so that's why you can make more as an Emerald. You can't do that as a coach. You have to be an Emerald. As you rank, a dollar amount goes up. So you make a little bit more every time you hit the next rank advance. You get team bonuses also, which means if your team cycle bonuses, you get a percentage of that money. So growing a team is definitely where it's at. It starts at Emerald. I think I'm going to be done showing my back office because I don't want to confuse you guys too much. But basically, it starts at an Emerald level. So, and I just have like one thing that I want to say about becoming an Emerald coach. If you have a spouse, you're halfway there. So you are looking for one person. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a relative, maybe it's your neighbor. But Emerald is really a choice. You just have to talk to enough people. You have to believe in what you're doing enough so that when you do talk to them, you are confident in what you're talking to them about, and they are ready to support you. Going diamond is going Emerald 4 times. That's it. It's super easy. And I don't want to say that it's super easy and that you guys should feel badly that you're not already emeralds, because this is so much bigger than your ego or whatever. This is being vulnerable. This is getting uncomfortable. This is getting way outside that comfort zone. This is, presenting an opportunity to someone that you don't want to ruin a friendship. You don't want to make bad feelings. I totally get it. I've been there. But I can tell you from my own experience that if I had just gotten out of my head a whole lot sooner, I could have really made this opportunity work for me and my family a lot sooner. I've been on this road with blinders on, where I absolutely refused to look at any kind of strategy or money opportunity for 2 years, you guys. 2 years. I am so passionate in what I do as a coach that I absolutely was unmotivated by anything money related. You can ask Becca, my upline coach. I threatened to quit if she presented one more incentive to me. But at the same time, I can believe in this opportunity as much as I believe in this and still make money on it. There's no shame in that. We are taking time away from our families, our relationships, other things that we could be doing to do this. This is a choice. We're here for a reason. We are here for a purpose. And that purpose does not only have to fall on one thing. It can be many things. Take full advantage of what is right in front of you. Nobody, and I'll tell you what, one of the biggest reasons why I refuse to look at the money side of things is because I did not want any of my relationships to feel like I was coming to them to make a profit from them. But that is on them. That is me in my own head, assuming that my friendships and my connections are so shallow that they would think that of me. And they don't. I have never once had a friendship be ruined or a connection be cut because I presented this opportunity to them. I don't have some kind of ulterior motive. I want to help them. And I know you guys do too. So just do that. And all of a sudden things will just fall into place. And you just, you have to it's super hard to get out of our head. I get it. I overthink everything. I'm an analytical person. But you guys, it's going to hold you back. And you have so many reasons to make this work for you that you just need to start. You just need to just put your feet up and go, and we'll figure it out on the way. Kim and I are learning tons of mistakes that we're going to make videos on, and we'll show you what not to do. I promise. We'll stop you. Yesterday, Steph Davies, she's like, Julie, dude, that was a mistake. And I was like, oh, whoops. I'm just trucking along over here. And we just help you fix it. That's it. There's nothing to fear. You just got to get that anxiety out of you and just go for it. And, I got to tell you guys, it's been the most rewarding thing for my relationship with my husband, for the value that I feel for myself. And number one, the connections that I have with people like you guys. I never once in my life imagined that I would have so many relationships with women. And here I am going to meet 15 coaches at retreat. And I could cry over the fact that I have such amazing connections with all these people that I want to spend time with you and talk about our kids and our lives and our families. And these are real friendships. And that's what happens when you get out there and you go, listen, what I do makes a difference in my life. And if your life is suffering at all, I know it can help you too. So let me help you figure it out. And just lead that way. Just lead with your heart, but just go. So I know you guys can all make an emerald, as soon as you get out of your head to do it. So I want to see a bunch of emeralds by the end of March, and I want to see all you emeralds at retreat. And I've got lots of really good goodies for you guys and stuff like that. So I'm getting too excited. I'm going to let you guys all unmute and ask questions because I can see all your faces are just Oh God. Okay. Nicole, is that you? Brand new? Are you going to be brave enough to
Sure. I actually do have one question. As far as, can you hear me? As far as the tree work, when different people are placed under you, that's like, is it like a total? Like it doesn't, like, okay, if I have a husband at the top of one leg and I have, you know, everybody else that I'm personally sponsoring going on that side. There is put somebody on my other leg, and now I'm building under that, and so is she. Is it always 300, 100, and then it's a total value just based on those two legs? Or is not really following you?
I think I understand what you're asking. So you have a team and honestly, I don't really ever pay attention to the volume. I pay attention to what's on the left leg and the right leg, and you want to have 200 and 100 for cycle bonus. So it doesn't matter which leg. So you're going to have a strong leg, and you'll notice which one is your strong leg because it always has more volume. So unless you go crazy and you outbuild your weak leg, which I've never seen happen, but you want to have 200 to 100. And let's say you have 250 and 150, that extra 50 carries on to next week. You don't lose it, which is another really important thing to understand is if you go inactive, buy by volume. All that stored up volume, that extra 50 here and here, or maybe it's 150, if you go active or inactive, it's gone. You start out at 0. As soon as you become active again, you start out at 0. It's gone. So you're literally throwing away money. Staying active as a coach is, if you're Emerald, you qualify for that cycle bonus no matter what. If you go inactive, it's gone. And so, you know, even if you technically could still cycle bonus, it's gone. So you want to have 200 and you want to have 100 to hit one cycle bonus. If you have a little bit more, it will save it until the next cycle bonus. Does that help, Nicole?
After that, every cycle bonus that you're earning is based on a total amount of the 200, 100. And so if you have people down your line and you have, you know, you've hit your cycle 4 different times,
yeah,
it's also based, it's not just your sponsored coaches, it's everybody
right.
in that particular tree, 200, 100 total.
Yep. It's going to build up. Yep, you're absolutely right. So everything that shows up on your right leg, whether it's your coach or not, is going to contribute to that weak leg or strong leg that you get to cycle through. So that's why we get to help you. I know that you're Sarah's coach, right? Sarah's coach. So I can you're on my left, Sarah's on my left leg, which means you are somewhere in my left leg genealogy. I can place a coach under you to help you build volume once you go Emerald. And so can Sarah. And so can anyone over there, really. Like, that's how your volume will go up. Steph Davies has a 1-star diamond business center in my left leg, which is why I never can catch up. But that's why I have so much volume over there. So I could technically work on just my right leg with, and other people signing up coaches who are on my right leg will help my right leg cycle more so that I could, like, if I had built my right leg from the very beginning, I just did the math on this, I think I'd be making $1,600 a week just in cycle bonuses, but I didn't do that. So lesson learned. But yeah, you're right, Nicole. That's absolutely right.
I'd add on to Julie with that it's not only if you drop to inactive that you'll lose your volume, but if you lose your Emerald. So the video that I posted yesterday, one of the things I mentioned was also that, like, I mean, you want to go Emerald quickly. You want to, start this at this point, because it really, like, right now we're all talking about it and you're seeing it in our downline, you're seeing it, in our screenshots. But once you're Emerald and you can see it, like, in your business, I think it ends up making a lot more sense, because you're going to, see it, how it's working for you. So it's great to go Emerald fairly quickly, but it's also something to keep in mind that you want to get to Emerald and stay there / keep going. You don't necessarily want to get there and then, get there with coaches that, are just trying Shake. I mean, sure, like I said, you want to get there, but like if it's someone that's just trying Shakeology or something like that, like if they're going to potentially drop inactive, 5 weeks from now, you might cycle bonus once or twice, and that's great, but then you're going to lose that rank and you'll lose all of that accumulated volume. So just something to keep in mind. It's not just if you go inactive, but if you lose your Emerald rank, you also would lose that volume. And one other thing I wanted to say that I wrote down from earlier was that to be active, we talked about, like, you can buy Shakeology, you can buy, the supplements, stuff like that. Keep in mind, you can also buy, like, programs. So, as you're growing and you're learning and you're, going through your program from start to finish, like, keep that in mind and say, okay, if I'm doing, T25 and it's, I don't even know how long that one is, but if it's 8 weeks long, like maybe in 8 weeks, I'm going to be buying a new program. So you could potentially get volume from that and be able to pause your Shakeology for a little while, or, so you've got tons of options as far as getting to that minimum volume. And it's your purchases and your customers' purchases. So, if a couple people are buying something through you, you're good for a while. So just a couple notes that I had taken on stuff that had popped in my brain.
I have a question.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah.
Patty.
What I'm curious about what the minimum is to stay active, like, because I'm going to be going on vacation in a few weeks, and so I don't want to have a big bag of Shakeology shipped and I'm not home. So I was thinking of buying a program. I guess I think you're talking about like a workout, right? A workout DVD. Yeah.
Yeah. So the minimum to stay active is 50 PV, 50. And that doesn't mean necessarily $50. If
Right.
you go into your online office and you shop through, it will give you a price, and it will also show you how many PV you accumulate for that. You just need 50.
Okay.
I was working on a post for our team page that shows you like a breakdown of what you can buy to hit 50 PV or 90 PV, just so that you guys can see if you do want to like delay a Shakeology, but you want to stay active. You can go quick reference that, and I hope I can get caught up and get that done soon. But there might be one done already that I'll look for. But yeah, 50 to stay active, and that doesn't mean you have to purchase something. You could sell something also, and you'll stay active.
And how
if you sell
something?
To sell something,
How do we know if we did? Like if somebody randomly went on there.
It'll show up right away. Well, it usually takes a day to show up in your back office.
Okay.
But you usually get a little notification that says you have one new customer, and you can look up there and see what they ordered and how many PV. That will help you know what you need in order to get to 50. I will say too, you guys, that it used to be once you were in Emerald, you could hit Success Club and get leads, like free leads. So people buy Beachbody products off Amazon. That's a way for Beachbody to generate customers. They distribute those customers to coaches who are building a team. So it used to be you could be an Emerald and Beachbody would have this random customer that bought something off Amazon, and they would give you that. They would give you that customer, basically. You would become their coach. Mm-hmm. It used to be at Emerald. Now it starts, I think it's Emerald, but you have to hit Success Club 10. So, or 5. Yeah, you have to be an Emerald, but you have to hit Success Club 5, and you start to get these free leads. So that's another way that the business puts back into their coaches who are building a business. So keep that in mind too. You can potentially have free leads from the company if you are an Emerald and you hit success code 5.
Okay.
So who else has questions? Hi, Julia.
Hi. I don't know how to unmute.
You're unmuted. Whoever's talking, you're unmuted.
Oh, that's
I can hear
me,
you.
Julia.
Oh, okay.
So I guess like what Kim was saying about to be Emerald, you have to have 2 active coaches under you, right? And
Right.
if one of those ones goes inactive, but they had someone under them signed up, but they're still active, like, I don't know how I'm trying to word this. Like, does that person pop up to your second person, or do you have to then?
Okay. So when you have a team, I think I understand what you're saying. So you have a personally sponsored coach, and let's say that they have signed someone up under them. If this middle person, this is basically your second downline. This is a downline coach of yours. That's one level below your personally sponsored coach. So if your personally sponsored coach goes inactive, it does not, it's not like you obtain that coach. Your coach would have to quit. So if your coach goes inactive, you don't earn the volume from their personally sponsored coach to keep you active or to keep her active or him. But if they quit, you would obtain that coach. So you are only active based on your own purchases and sales, not from your coaches.
Right.
So basically each coach is responsible for their business center. And their business center is based off of what you buy and what you sell. And so your coach, whoever you personally sponsor, they have their own business center. So it helps your overall volume, but it doesn't do anything for you to stay active. Like, if that makes any sense, that was a totally roundabout way to answer that. But unfortunately, like, if that coach in between the two of you goes inactive, it doesn't, like, you lose the volume that comes up from anyone below her that she has personally sponsored.
The way to
Everybody froze.
no. Julia, the way to save yourself on that one is it's just through your personally sponsored coaches. So you just have to remain Emerald, an active Emerald coach. You need to have one active coach on each leg. You could have 3 coaches on this leg, and you could have 1 coach on this leg. And if 2 of these drop off, you're still Emerald because you've still got 1 active coach on each leg. So that's how you end up protecting. So it's your personally sponsored coaches, people you have signed up. So not your coaches. So that would be the only way. Like, if you do have, because I mean, coaches go inactive all the time. Like, it happens. If you look at your downline, you're gonna potentially have coaches going inactive. Hopefully not, because hopefully they're drinking their Shakeology and stuff. But it happens. And so the way that you would protect against that, like you were asking, is to have multiple coaches on your legs. And so you just start building. And so, once you're at 2, then maybe, even if 1 goes inactive, you've got the other one on that leg and you can protect against that. So that helped a little bit combined with what Julie said. Okay.
Makes
Cool. Julie, are we still frozen to you?
No, I can. Okay. Yeah, I can hear everybody.
I couldn't tell if you were trying to figure out if you were frozen or.
I was trying to think of anything that wasn't clear to me in the very beginning or isn't clear to me right now. And, like, aside from having your spouse sign up right away to help you go Emerald, like, all of this stuff really doesn't get too complicated until you start to go beyond Emerald. And, you know, the next rank is Ruby and then Diamond, and you start to need more strategy after Emerald. But, you know, I will say this too. You guys are, I mean, we are part of a team. I want you guys to understand like the level of investment that we have in this team, Kim, Sarah, and I know that you guys do too. But the reason why I say Kim, Sarah, and I is because the three of us are the coaches who have personally sponsored coaches in this. So, like my upline coach is Becca. I don't have my upline coach here to help me extend this message to you, but I know that Kim and Sarah and I are invested in this team and this opportunity. And if there is anything that you guys need, whether it's a question to be answered or support, just reach out to us. Like, I really want you guys to, the reason why we put time into this is because we really do, we want to be here. We're here for you guys, to help you guys. So sometimes I feel like just posting a comment or a message or something does not give the vibe off that we want to give to you guys. Because, I mean, on a daily basis, I am thanking my lucky stars that I'm part of this and that you guys are part of this. And I just need you guys to know that. So just don't hesitate to reach out to us. And also, if we don't get, if you don't get an answer that you need, there are so many tools in Team Alive and Well and on beachbody.com. And so we can help you navigate if it's not something that we know what we're talking about. So we'll just grow together. But I just need you guys to, I feel like I need to do more video posts because I just want you to feel that energy and how much we really are here for you guys. So I know that's really big for Sarah and Kim too. So, but going forward, just post questions, message us. I'm pretty sure I posted my phone number out there somewhere. So don't hesitate.
Well, Julie, I'd like to say thank you to all of you, because I love how giving and kind, and I know that what you're doing to help us takes a lot of time over and above running your own challenges and whatnot and taking care of your family and, shoveling poo on the ranch or whatever. But I really, really appreciate you guys' time and your availability and quick responses to questions. And you guys all rock. I love all of you.
Thank you, Patty, so much. Really appreciate hearing that. Like, this is right now, this is seriously just fills my cup. Like, just having these Thursday nights with you guys and being part of this team. So
I can't come to retreat. I know. But I have to preach Sunday morning and I'm in charge while my senior pastor's gone. I just can't get away.
That's life. Life is crazy. I totally get it. But there's, the thing is, there's going to be plenty of opportunity, Patty. So for everybody. So, and this is just.
I do have a question. Like, what all do we have to really have under our belt before we start a new challenge, our first challenge? And how many would be a minimum that you would say to start a group with?
One. First of all, I don't want to get too carried away. This has already taken an hour, but
okay.
I'm going to answer that question really quickly because I think it's important, because challenge groups is basically where you start. They're the bread and butter. That's how you build your connections and relationships. That's how you get out there and inspire people and motivate each other. But we're all different. We all get to do this however we want to do that. That's the grandest thing about this. You're your own boss. You decide. You pick the guidelines. You figure out what works for you. For me, I'll start a challenge group with just one person, because if that person is trusted me enough to agree to let me help them stay accountable to their goals, I will invest my time in them. I'll start a challenge group with them. I don't know how it would go because I've never had a challenge group with less than 19 people in it. But I mean, that's not the minimum. The very first challenge group I did, I had 33 people start, and there were probably 5 who actually continuously stayed engaged, and I had no clue what I was doing. But the most important thing that you can do is just start. Just start, Patty. You'll figure it out. There's so much room for growth and improvement, and you're going to learn so much. And there's no reason to freak out, because there's a template that I'll send you that literally gives you day-to-day instructions on what to say, what to post, what time to post. It's completely foolproof. It's out there, and you can tweak it to fit you however you want it to, but it's there. It's a tool. And you just start with, if you have people that are interested and that they're willing to get started, don't lose that momentum. That's the most important thing. Like, keep, fuel off of that momentum and start one. Like, it sounds like you're ready, and I think you guys are all ready. I don't know if you guys are all doing your own challenge groups, but you should. I mean, you can, and I'll join it if you need help. I mean, I am like, I'll get in there and I'll help root them all on too. So, but yeah, there's no minimum, Patty. Just go for it, girl.
Okay, because I've got 3 for sure's right now, and probably another at least 4 or 5 that are seriously considering. And
heck yeah.
That's from that one post. So
just start it. You got it. That's awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to ask him to do one thing before we get out of here, and that is take a screenshot. So that's a warning, everybody. Let's smile or something, but we tend to look rather pissed off in ours.
I know. 1 second. Sorry, I was doing something. I wasn't multitasking at all. Okay.
Yeah, you're such a mom.
The kids are taking a bath. It's cool. Okay. Ready? Are we smiling? Oh. Perfect.
Oh, except for you. Okay, so I know that Kim does an amazing job. She posts this in there after she has time to relax and do the family nighttime thing. So there will be a video of this at some point, but don't wait. If you have questions, reach out, because while it's fresh, I want to get you guys answers. So in the meantime, though, happy St. Patty's Day, and I'm so glad that you guys all jumped on again tonight. And we are doing this again on Thursday, something totally new and different, because we're getting close to retreat, and be a lot less serious than this. So I hope I see you guys on Thursday.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank